Hey ho, whoa, it is me. I am alive. Wait. Or at least I will be awake once. There you go. Once I have my energy drink open. Yeah. Energy drink. Do I want to order? Some breakfast Mackie D's as well? That is the question. Do I want some Mackie D's for breakfast? Let's see how much it is first. Well, first off, let's get into chatting. Because we're gonna chat. Well, might as well sit and chat for a bit. As you can probably tell by listening to me, my voice is crusty. Slightly crusty. That is mostly just because I am tired. That is mostly just because I am tired, but for some reason my throat has been playing up. I don't think it's a big deal. Like, I could still talk and stuff. But I'm just gonna humor the idea of McDonald's and see what I can get for breakfast. Because I haven't had McDonald's breakfast in a while, actually. Can I get my favorite burger still at this time? I don't think so. No, yeah, the McCrispy is technically considered a gourmet burger, so cannot get my favorite burger. No, that's too bright. Yeah. Oh, there you go. But yeah, good to be back playing Virche eventually after food has been ordered. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it yet. How much money do I have left? Large chai latte with a vanilla. The vanilla syrup. Oh, wait. Full cream milk. But yeah, see, my voice is already sounding better. I just gotta gunk off the wheels, you know? Chicken bacon, okay. Large fries. How much is this even gonna come to? I'm probably not gonna get anything. I just wanted something hot for breakfast. Nope. I've gotten a text. Work. Damn, supervisor not until 6. Who called in sick? Nope. I can't do that work. You know, it doesn't make sense when breakfast at McDonald's is more expensive than a normal meal. I'm probably gonna get something else. I want good breakfast. I want hot breakfast. Because, like, I have snacks. I'm looking at snacks. I have snacks in front of me, but they're not like, I want breakfast, you know? Oh. Nah. I'm not. Right. Wasted 60 minutes. Let's go. Mm-mm-mm.
久しぶりに乗った心地はどうだ？ どこに行きたいと俺が尋ねても、お前がこの場所ばかり指定したからな。
I'm been muted. I was muted this whole time. I'm so sorry. Hello, Melbio. I'm so sorry. I was muted. I said hi when you followed. I'm sorry. I've been. Oh god, that's embarrassing. I just woke up. It's fine. Welcome in. Hello. I'm having breakfast. Oops. Eh. These little packs of rice crackers I have never want to open. Come on. I want your delectable crackerness. There you go. If it opens them and works, it opens them and works. The only cutting utensil I had near me is my toenail clippers. But hey, it works. It's because there aren't many people around, and I like the licorice flowers. Was it annoying? Adolfo shook his head as he stared Laurent with the reins.
災いの話さえ抜きにすれば、俺もこの花のことは嫌いじゃない。
I'll put the game there.
リコリスの花畑。厳密にはこの海辺は俺がマムに拾われた場所だからな。
Oh, what? He was found by the beach? Okay.
どんなに不吉だろうが、遠乗りに出るたび、つい懐かしくて寄っちまう。
Ah. Even though I didn't have all the details, I recalled that Adolfo was abandoned by his parents too. Have you found out anything about your parents?
ろくでもねえクズどもだったよ。捨てられてせいせいしてる。
Given the world we're in, it's entirely possible they became relivers and just didn't give a shit about their son anymore. Or, you know, he's not a real person, which is my current theory, and he's some sort of form of Adolphus, of Angus. I see. He must be telling the truth. I could tell by Adolfo's expression that he really detested any memory of them. But I think that was the reason I was able to meet you. Well...
俺相手に今さら気を使うな。素直に幸運と言ってくれた方が俺も嬉しい。俺もその点に関してだけはあの両親に感謝してるからな。
Because I got to meet you. That's adorable. saying something like that. Adolfo wasn't acting like his normal self. He had been this way since he promised he wouldn't leave me. He was more talkative, and his words were very earnest and sincere. Yep. So much that I felt a little embarrassed. Adolfo never said stuff like that in all the years we've lived together. Laurent looked back at me with concern, probably sensing the heat in my body. You know, I'm a bit nervous riding with you now, Adolfo. The last time we rode together was 2 years ago, when I was 16. I still felt like a little kid, so it didn't bother me, but...
何を言ってる？俺はずっと気にしてたぞ。
Huh? I tried to hide the hate inside me.
俺を信頼して預ける。体も美しくなるばかりの髪も。ローランを自分の弟のように慈しむあの微笑みも。
I have always loved you.
お前のすべてはあの頃にはとっくに俺の中で子供なんかじゃなくなっていた。
Seeing an expression I'd never seen before from Adolfo made matters worse. I could feel the heat rising to my face so quickly that even Laurent looked worried. I felt so awkward. I somehow tried to hide my confusion and look up to see his
俺
face.
の気も知らないで。本当にお前は昔から
You didn't recognize my
のんきなやつだよ。
feelings. I want another mini packet of fresh crackers. I'm addicted to these. These are really good though, so I'm fine. And like, because they're like huge rice crackers. They're like a massive rice cracker, well, not massive, but like. I can't open them to save my life though. Ah. My fingies are so weak. Oh. What was my cutting utensils? Oh. What do you mean that didn't work? There you go. Ah. Release to me your glorious insides. Come. He wasn't trying to hide anything. I love you, dumb bitch. Adolfo continued to show me his gentle smile to prove what he said was true. I hardly looked away from him. I didn't have the courage to ask what he meant by that. Adolfo is transforming into someone I don't know. It felt odd to call him my foster brother now. I was bewildered by the sudden change in the way I saw him, like he was a completely different person. I was somewhat lonely seeing him this way. But it doesn't feel that bad. I never felt like this before. Maybe I was changing into someone else besides his foster sister. Perhaps he noticed my blushing. Adolfo spurred Laurent to run faster so that a cool gust would go on. With the waves approaching and receding at his feet, Laurent seemed to enjoy splashing across the beach. No matter how much we change, I I guess Laurent will always be the same.
はあ、いつまでも俺の後をついてくるガキのままだ。
I felt a bit better now, seeing his kind and gentle eyes. By the way, aren't you going to play with him?
まだキロもあるのに服が濡れたら困る。
No, but why? You wear a white shirt. Okay, ulterior motives aside. Adolpha. Don't tell me you still can't swim. I thought you said you were going to learn because you needed it for core training.
仕方ねえだろ。
That's adorable. It's okay, Adolpha. I can't swim either. And I live in an island nation. So. Rip.
ガキの頃溺れて以来、どうにも水中が苦手なんだ。
Alright. We did learn that. My foster brother smiled, saying that he didn't seem to change either. Yum. Those rice crackers are so good. I've got to stop myself from eating the whole pack. Okay. After a few rounds around the beach, we headed back through the lycra field when suddenly Laurent stopped in his tracks and gave a quick blow of air through his nostrils as if he sensed danger in the area. Is fucking Anku watching us? I looked in the direction he was facing. Oh, it's Eve. Honestly, probably a better person to run into than fucking Anku here. Oh, I should have read that. I saw a different color among the petals. The figure was kneeling on the ground, touching the lycra flowers without any hesitation. Eve?
傷も完全に癒えてねえのに何をやってんだあいつは。
He must have heard us. Eve stood up with a confused look on his face upon realizing who we were, walked towards us with a happy wave. I love you, Eve, even though this isn't your route.
アドルフ、それにセレスもこんなところで会うなんて奇遇だね。
Yep. Oh, I guess because he can sense the like flower miasma, right? Before Adolpha could respond, Laurent suddenly bared his teeth and tried to keep Eve away.
落ち着けローラン。お前もいい加減イブになれろ。
Horse does not like Eve. Adolpha, what's wrong with Laurent? I guess he's always been spooked by people outside the orphanage, but... Seeing things might take a turn for the worse, we quickly dismounted and tried to calm him down.
ああ、ごめん。俺、馬に嫌われやすいんだ。少し離れ
Horses
れば
hate
大
me.
丈夫だと思うから。
Why? I'm guessing it is because of the fucking flowers miasma. Because like as their caretaker, he spends a lot of time around them, so Eve took a few steps back as he spoke, and Laurent began to calm down.
いつも悪いな。せめて威嚇はするなと言い聞かせてはいるんだが。
いいよいいよ。本能的なものなんだろうしね。
Eve. Eve gave a sweet smile. See, he's the most innocentest. This is my chance to apologize. Since he had stepped away from Laurent, I stepped forward to close the distance. Eve, about what happened at the orphanage. I'm so sorry for putting your life in danger. Seeing how guilty I looked, Eve quickly tried to stop me.
そんな謝る必要なんてないよ。あれはただの不幸な事故。君が起こしたものなんかじゃない。そうだよね、アドルフ。
当たり前だ。
But
そんなに気にしてるなら。そうだ。俺と友達になってほしいな。名前も普通に呼んでくれると嬉しい。
friends? Oh, that's kind of sad. This is the first time I was asked to be someone's friend. Are you sure?
うん。この場所で再会したのも何かの縁だし、俺たちきっといい友達になれると思う。
That's right. Why are you always out here?
アドルフから何も聞いてない？俺はてっきり。
あんな重要な話、お前の許可なく話すわけねえだろ。
Oh, does Adolfo know about Eve's family? Huh? As I tilted my head in confusion, Eve smiled and nodded at Adolfo, as if to say he had permission. Adolfo smiled and turned to me.
イブはな、お前が好きな、このリコリス・ノワージュの花畑の所有者だ。
A surprising reveal without much fanfare. Huh? What do you mean he's the owner of the field? More importantly, is it even possible to own the Licorice Nuages?
アドルフに教えた時と反応がそっくり。さすがは義理とはいえ兄弟だね。
He went on to explain the mission passed down through the generations of his family. He said the Licorice Nuages were grown by a certain death hundreds of years ago. Eve's ancestor met this death and formed a contract with him, where his family needed to protect the licorices to fight the curse. In order to prevent being persecuted or accused, he only told this to a select few. My nose is blocked to fucking back. As always. I've kind of gotten used to it by now, really. As surreal as it was, he explained it thoroughly. I've never heard such a story about death. Maybe that's why Adolfo is in good health, even at his age. It's because of the work you've been doing, Eve. If so, there was something else I needed to say. Thank you very much, Eve. I've been saved many times by the beauty of the Licorice Nuages, too. I also heard this place was where I was abandoned, so I guess, in a way, this field is like my hometown.
そっか。リコリスを好きだと言ってくれた人は君が初めてだからすごく嬉しいよ。
I love you too.
で、療養もせずにそのリコリスの花畑で何をしてたんだ、お前は。世話をするでもなく。
Yeah, because you may feel like you're fine, but you were still exploded. Exploded upon. By a bomb. I think.
ああ、うん。実は最近、リコリスの花の数が不自然に減ってるような気がして。
Dwindled?
ただ枯れただけの話だろ。
My ears itchy.
リコリスは丈夫な花なんだよ。枯れるなら周辺一帯が目に見えて一斉に枯れるはず。
Which means something's going wrong. I mean, no wild animal would ever eat the lycorises, would they? If the animals did eat them, then Laurent would have started grazing on them by now. The only other possibility was... maybe someone was picking them without your knowledge?
倒った瞬間、呪いが進行して死ぬにもかかわらずか。
What else could it be, though?
リコリスを必要とするなんて、それこそじい様から聞いた例の死神ぐらいだけどね。
Oh, like the story you just told us? He wants to give them to a special woman. Eve nodded in confirmation.
愛する女性のために国を花で囲むなんて情熱的な人だよね。もし本当に彼の
Yes,
仕業
so
なら
romantic. Surround a country with flowers that fucking kill people. I love you, here is death flowers. And then, I hope that she can accept it. Eve's wholesome joke made me chuckle. He really was a funny and kind person. I actually felt sorry for acting shy after what happened.
どこまで本当なのかは怪しいもんだがな。もし本物だとしたら、この国の研究者たちが一斉にそっとしかねない。
Ow.
本物といっても見た目は人間と変わらなかったみたいだよ。たださすがに浮世離れしていたというか、おとぎ話に出てくる魔法使いみたいな
I've turned auto on.
長い白銀の髪、瞳は血と炎が混ざったような
Oh
濁
wait,
ったグレンだった。
is he quite literally telling us what? He's quite literally describing Anku. According from the story, he doesn't look any different from any other human, but he's also kind of otherworldly. He looks like a sorcerer from a fairy tale, with long silver hair and murky crimson eyes, like a mixture of blood and fire. Huh? Wait. That sounds like Anku! Is he describing Anku? The description Eve gave matched his description accurately. Anku is the death who cursed the country? Death. 2. The person said to have ordered Eve's ancestor to protect the Lycorises so that they could be given to a special woman. He is said to have long silver hair and crimson eyes. He isn't just a watchman. If he really wasn't human, I could see how he could live for hundreds of years, but if that's the case, then why does he want to reduce the number of deaths? Is he lying to me to fulfill some ulterior motive? I was getting more confused as I thought about it. He didn't seem like a bad person, but Eve's story was beginning to make me change my mind. Even if I did ask him directly, I doubt he'd be able to tell me anything because of that strange interference. I.e., the writer is being like, you can't know this information yet. If he really is death, it also meant he was the one who could lift the curse from the country. Maybe, just maybe, if I could somehow convince him, maybe I can hold on to this peaceful life with Adolpha and become a normal human. I knew it was an unreasonable wish. After all, a sinner like me shouldn't dream like this, but a selfish desire had grown inside me. To live a happy life without killing anyone. Able to explore the changes occurring in my relationship with Adolpha. I don't want to lose anymore. It would be my only salvation. Ah, too bad we have to do the desperation endings first. After talking for a while, we parted way with Eve at the Lycra's field and headed back to Adolpha's house. Adolpha went to the church to return Laurent to his stable, so I decided to spend my time planning dinner. Adolpha seems happy with the stew I've been making, but serving the same thing every day isn't good for his health. Maybe I could cook mostly vegetables today. I went to check on the ingredients in the pantry. Bah! I heard an inorganic but clear sound. The mysterious sound made me shriek and hide behind one of the chairs nearby. I'm guessing it's a car. Someone's pulled up. What? I carefully peeked out from behind the backrest. Oh, it's the earpieces. On the table was a strange device emitting a weird sound. It was as if it was trying to tell everyone where it was located. What is this? What is this? What is this? I've seen it somewhere before. I suddenly remembered. Adolpha had returned to the orphanage with this in hand. If I wasn't mistaken, it was a transmitter? A mysterious device developed in Cernaval to communicate with people from afar. I recalled hearing from Adolpha how it wasn't sold in I always forget how to pronounce this name. Kuina? Kuin. And only certain members of the Corps were allowed to own one. If it made that sound, that means someone must be trying to get into contact with Adolpha. The sound went away, but if there was an urgent matter to be discussed... After some thought, I made my decision. Adolpha just left with Laurent, but he usually didn't ride him through town except in emergencies. I might be able to catch up. I always cause trouble to Adolpha, so I should at least do my best to take this to him. I needed to act quickly. I carefully put a hood over my head to hide myself and put the transmitter in my pocket. And then I hurried out of the house to go after Adolpha and Laurent. The sky was slowly turning from red to black and cloudy. I chose paths that few people and tried to catch sight of him on the main road. I picked from around a corner and decided that it would be easier to spot Laurent than Adolpha himself. My idea worked out perfectly. There he is. I could see Adolpha holding Laurent's reins as they walked. He showed no interest in the people he passed as they made their way back to the church. I tried to call his name as I stepped out of the alleyway. Before I could finish, a loud voice engulfed mine. Hugo! The man who hates us, in a jealous kind of yandere way. In Eve's route. Is that Hugo? If I wasn't mistaken, it was the person who came with Eve to question me about the incident in the alley. He was wearing a Corps uniform as well. Before Adolpha could take notice of me, he stopped to talk to Hugo. They stopped right next to the alley I had been hiding in, but a tree was blocking their view of me. I heard he was friends with Hugo, so I decided to head back to the alley to avoid getting in their way when...
なあ、アドルフ。あの子が心配なのはわかるけどよ。そろそろ自警団に復帰してくんねえか。俺とイブだけじゃ連続する事件の調査にも限界があんだよ。
Oh. Is Lucas still killing people? What am I talking about? What am I saying? Of course he's still killing people. He's a fucking crazy cultist. Who I love so dearly. Blue V is the best energy drink in the world. I love it. Huh? I stopped on my tracks. Had I heard him correctly? Ongoing incidents? But Adolfo told me before that there had been no other emergencies. Yuga continued as I tried to figure out what was going
こ
on.
っちでは騒ぎになってねえが、あれからいろいろあったんだぜ。シュディまで出向いて、あの事件の犯人らしい殺人鬼を追うマティスって坊ちゃんと協力関係が結べたのはいいけどよ。
Lucas. Poor guy. Stop ritualistically killing people. Lucas, stop.
その犯人、ブローとかいうとんでもない化け物と戦う羽目になって、一回イブも病院送りになっちまったし。
Oh, that's clever. Because, yeah, when we see Eve earlier, we're assuming Adolfo saying, hey, you should be at the hospital, you should be resting. You're probably, upon seeing that for the first time, you're probably assuming, oh, right, yeah, he was exploded in the orphanage, he should still be resting, but no. It's because he's been injured fighting Burrow / By this point, we know Burrow is Lucas.
病院？昼にリコリスの花畑であったが、平然としてたぞ。
Adolfo, you're just gonna get Eve in trouble.
抜け出してたんだよ。あいつの強
He
がり。
snuck out.
つか、ニブ
Of
さん、
course he did.
今に始まったことじゃねえだろ。
Gio explained what happened. Mathers! My love! And fuckface. I love you, Mathis. I hate you, fuckface. How they met Mathis Claude and his butler, fuckface, while searching for clues about the killer Burrow. I'm sorry. John is hot, but fuck him, he sucks. He sucks. He's the worst. We hate him in this house. There is free reign to hate John in this house. And also acknowledge he is hot. He is hot, but he sucks. I hate him, he's the worst. That night they were attacked by him and lost. Even though it was 2 against 1. What a coinky dink. They were admitted to the hospital where Lucas and another fucking creepy person, Dr. Capuchin. God, even saying his name gives me goosebumps. Not in the good way. Not in the good way. Ugh, Dr. Capuchin is a different kind of fucked. So many characters in this game are messed up, man. It's great, but god damn. When they're admitted to the hospital, there's where Lucas worked with the director, Dr. Capuchin. They later learned that the deaths were divided between violent suicides and actual murders. I reported a summary of events to Adolfo in a concise and easy to understand manner, and then
昨晩には北の方でもかなりの数の死者が出た。幸いここから離れてるから死神の仕業なんて騒ぐやつは今のところまだいねえけどよ。それも不満が爆発した時の鎮静か、ブローが再度現れた時のことも考えると、やっぱ。
Hugo stated his concern in a caring way to Adolfo. What's going on? As they continued discussing the situation, my mind went back to an earlier conversation. Adolfo, what happened with the incident I saw in the alley? Were there other casualties? Or victims because of me?
ああ、心配すんな。お前が心配するようなことは何も起きてね。
I thought that's what Adolfo told me. It couldn't be. He lied to protect my feelings. He only said it so I wouldn't try to kill myself again. It was a lie born out of kindness, but I've been living my life in peace without knowing what's been happening. Hugo scratched his head at Adolfo's lack of response.
そんな状況だからこそ矛先が向けられるあいつのそばを離れるわけにはいかない。
お前の言い分も一理ある。けど、連中からの悪意がなくなるまでずっとあの子を閉じ込めるつもりか。いや、それ以前の問題か。俺もお前が当たり前の道を選ぶなら余計な口出しするつもりはねえが。
Hugo spoke as if he was going to follow with something Adolfo didn't want to hear.
アドルフ、リライバーになる気ねえんだろ。長生きしたとしても寿命まであと2年。死んだらその後彼女をどうするつもりだ。シスターに丸ごと放り投げんのか。
それは。
Huh? What? What? Wait, what? Huh? Oh, fuck. Suddenly, my vision went dark. What? Oh, she's in shock. I thought someone snuck up behind us and fucking knocked us out. Okay, no, she's in shock. She's in shock. I never heard him say that. It was so normal in this country that I didn't even think to ask him. Adolfo isn't going to be a reliver? Which meant he doesn't want to extend his life. He's only going to live for another 2 years? He said he'd be by my side forever.
リライバーの是非についてここで問答するつもりはねえよ。生き方なんてそれぞれ自由に決めることだしな。けどな、自分が死ぬって分かってんのに年頃の女を勝手に預かって大事に閉じ込めてはい終わりってのは適当すぎんだろ。施設に返すとしてもあそこは原則リライバーが運営する決まりになってんだ。成長した大人を無条件で雇うにも限界がある。せめて他に自分が死んだ後に彼女を託せるつてを作っとけよ。
施設やお前ら以外の人間は
See, and like,
信頼
okay,
できない。
that's one thing. See, that's one thing I really do like about Hugo. Because, like, in Eve's route, we learn that from the beginning, from basically the very beginning, I'm gonna turn my fan off because it's getting too cold now. But basically, from the beginning, Hugo has fucking hated. Well, I don't think he hates her. He doesn't like the fact that Ceres is what she is, right? He does absolutely believe that she is death. He believes the hype of all that stuff. He does kind of blame her for it, like the general populace does. But even though he has those feelings and he hates her, because there are other people in his life that do give a shit about her, and like, because like Eve and Adolfo are probably Hugo's closest friends, almost basically brothers. And if you subscribe to my headcanon, Eve is a romantic interest for him. He's romantically attached to Eve. That is just a personal headcanon of mine that I run with. Then, you know, he puts the feelings of other people beyond himself. If he was selfish, he would use the fact that he believes that Ceresa's death and is actually to blame for all the murders and the tragedies that happen on the island. he would bring that up more, right? He would bring it up and mention it and be like, you know, why do you protect her? Why do you help her? She's evil, blah, 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 blah. But he doesn't, because he cares more about, for the first time, because he explains in Eve's Rat that he used to be a selfish piece of shit. He straight up admits that he was selfish and didn't care about anyone else but himself for the longest time, until he met Eve, and Eve kind of changed his outlook on life, and he started letting people in because of all that. So, I don't know, that's the one thing that, like, despite him vehemently pretty much hating Ceres, it's why I can't hate him. You know, I hope that makes sense.
否定はしねえが、お前の人間不信も筋金入りだな。いいか、アドルフ。異常なほど丈夫なお前にはピンとこないかもしれねえけどよ。この国じゃ自分の生き方を決められる時間自体が少ねえんだ。だから彼女自身に何がしたいか意志を持たせ考えさせろ。
And like, he's right too, like, even though he doesn't like Ceres and believes all the death crap about her, he's also still like, he's the fine line of believing something awful about someone just because it's been reinforced versus, well, people I know and trust care about her, so she must not be that bad. He has both, you know, both. I want to say sides of the coin, but
守られるばっかのお人形なんて薄情なこの国は助けてくれねえぞ。
but yeah. I guess the best that way is he has empathy for her, I guess. Despite believing Ceres is an evil death Grim Reaper person, he has empathy and, like, does try to do right by her, even if he has these personal grudgy feelings, you know? Because he blames Ceres for Eve's scars. Because Eve got them in that fire when they were kids, and the scarring is so gross, so grotesque, that looking upon it makes you scream and throw up. Which is why Eve wears a mask. So he blames Ceres for that, and that's why he hates her. But he's still, like, you know, saying this stuff, like, treat her like a normal person. You can't just leave her like that. You know? A multifaceted individual, I guess, is the best way to describe it. Adolpha groaned, suddenly hit with the truth. I couldn't bear to see Adolpha stressing out over me. Without another word, I backed away and fled the scene completely.
悪い。お前の言う通り、無計画すぎたな。あいつと離れる未来なんて、みじんも考えたことがなかった。ずっと俺がそばにいて、あらゆる悪意からあいつを守り続けてやればいい。俺は、自分ならそれができると、本気で。
は？ずっとってお前、矛盾してること言ってる自覚。で、
なんだローラン、急に引っ張るな。顔見知りでも見つけたか？
Suspicious. I figured I'd always be by her side to protect her from the threat she faced. I was really confident I could keep doing this forever. But you can't have forever if you don't become a reliver.
じゃねえみてえだな。お、なんか口に加えてんぞ。女物のハンカチ？路地の入り口に落ちてたのかな。
Of course she had to leave something behind.
これは
Of course, we need drama.
まさかセレス、今の話を聞かれてたのか。ヒューゴ、ローランを頼む。おいアドルフ、話はまだ終わってねえぞ。
Sorry. Oh, this poor woman. Fuck. I wandered the area until I reached not Dolphin's house, where I enjoyed my happy life, but the place I saw that night. The alley where so many had been killed without mercy. The walls and the ground had been cleaned, but I could still see the red stains that spoke of the incident's terrifying story. I leaned against the wall and... Adolpha won't become a reliver. I slowly slumped down to the ground as I ruminated on what Hugo had discussed with Adolpha. All this time, I never even asked him because it was so normal for people to become relivers. I thought he was going to live long after I died, with a beautiful reliver mark on his skin. I never doubted that for a second, but the idea had been shattered. There were a few people in this country who refused to become a reliver. Most prominent was the Society of Exorcists, which saw relivers as demons that went against the rules of nature and human life. There were others who accepted the idea of death as normal and unblemished humans. As for me, I had planned on refusing because my sinful life was not worth saving. That said, I was younger in age than Adolpha. Unless I killed myself or died from an accident or illness, Adolpha would die ahead of me. He would be killed by the curse of death. The kind soul who had always watched over me was going to die soon. I didn't care about being despised or blamed. All I feared was a future where I would see him die before my eyes. No. I'm scared, Adolpha. I don't want to see you die. You liar. You liar. He told me so confidently that he would never die ahead of me.
その通り。
Anku, hi. Hi.
あの男は君を守るにふさわしくない。
But he's you, I think. I don't know. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. The further we go into this route, the more I'm like, okay, I don't think they're the same person anymore. I think they are genuinely different people. Which means my theories just go all out the window, because they all kind of revolve around Anku and Adolpha being the same person. Maybe they're brothers? They could be brothers, I guess. Which means they're like similar people. Well, that's not really the case.
だがそんな愚かな男も君の努力次第で生き延びることができるかもしれないよ。やあ、姫君。私の契約を受けるか否か、答えは出たかな?
Oh, here we go. Here's the title of the stream, guys. Accepting the deal. Are we accepting the deal? I'm pretty sure we accept the deal. Anku. The Watchman of Death. No. The death that may have cursed this land was here in front of me. He bent down so that we were at eye level. He gently moved my hair away from my eyes.
もう一度聞こう、同胞の姫君。君は彼に置いていかれる悲しみすらも自分への罰だと受け入れることができるのかい？想像だけでもそのありさまだというのに。
But that's what Adolfo wants. I don't have the right to.
それは意志ではない。ただの選択だ。生への定年と執念。二つしかない死神に押し付けられた極端にして理不尽な選択肢。だが君が私の手を取ってくれれば、もう一つ新たな可能性が生まれる。
I see. He was referring to the real wish I shouted at Adolfo that night. Even though I knew he was using my past for his benefit, I couldn't help but be tempted. I didn't have time to think anymore. I want to live. I extended my shaking hand to him. His bloodshot crimson eyes were amused. I slowly rose from the ground as he led me naturally by the hand. I then looked at the person who could be the sole reason for the curse. I want to live with Adolfo and everyone. I didn't want to lose anyone. I want to have everyone hold on to their thoughts and emotions. I don't want him to lose his kind feelings for me after becoming a reliver. I want to die from old age. I want to cherish the life I have today. I want to live. I didn't say the words loudly, but it was the most powerful thought I felt. I could feel my heart scream the words. I don't want to die. I don't want anyone to die prematurely.
偽りなき君の願い、確かに聞き遂げた。だが、君が追うと決めたその謎は、死と隣り合わせの危険なものだ。よって今後は、私と共に行動を。セレスから今すぐ離れろ。
Uh-oh. The sudden roar made Anku take a step back. It didn't take long for the source of the voice to arrive. Oh, he is so hot. Anku, you're so sexy. In his hand was a menacing sword. Adolfo, what are you doing here?
そんなこと今はどうでもいい。こんな怪しい男を相手に何を無防備にしてる。自分の状況を忘れたのか。
He's so sweet. I love him. I'm sorry. I love Anku. Anku love in this house. He scolded me sharply, but I tried to keep calm. It would be difficult to clear the air otherwise. Adolfo had just seen Anku leading me by the hands deeper into an alley, and was convinced he was an enemy. Wait, Adolfo, you've got it all wrong. Do you remember what I told you? He's the Watchman of Death, Anku. The one that gave me that proposal.
こいつが
He's going to help us. Maybe. Adolfo looked surprised at my words. As for Anku, he didn't seem at all worried, and was instead staring at the newcomer with cold eyes. Is it possible that Anku is... Oh, is maybe... Oh, wait. Ooh. Okay, so my idea was that Anku and Adolfo are the same person somehow. My previous thought was that Adolfo was just Anku's human form, who either doesn't know he's Anku or is just pretending. But now I'm like, what if Adolpha and Anku are the same person, but from different points in life? What if Anku is maybe like a past version of Adolpha or a future version of Adolpha? And that's why Anku seems to look down on Adolpha. It's like, look at you, you're so baby, you suck right now. Look at me, I got power. I don't know.
まるでしつけのなっていない犬だ。それで彼女を守っているつもりかな。
なんだと
I mean, he seems to look down on Adolpha pretty much immediately. He muttered his contempt for Adolpha.
無自覚とはたちが悪い。君こそが彼女を追い詰めた最大の元凶だというのに。
どういう意味だ
でははっきり言わせてもらおう。彼女が人々の死を招くことに絶望していると知っていたくせに、守るだけの騎士役で満足し、現状を変えようともしない役立たずの男が。
I mean, he's not wrong.
彼女の守護者を気取るとは肩払いたい。
I mean, truth hurts. He's kind of right, though.
理解したかな
He really is not doing anything specifically to actually help her. He's just locking her away and giving her good memories.
彼女は希望を抱けず、自分自身を見放して、あの晩、死のうとしたんだ。
黙れ
He spoke as if he'd been watching Adolpha all his life. With each word Anku uttered, Adolpha's face kept getting redder. Wait a minute, Anku, Adolpha didn't do anything
い
wrong.
きなり現れたお前に何がわかる俺が今までどんな思いでこいつを見ていたと
君の押し付けがましい執着など知ったことではない。
Savage.
私が最優先とするのは、彼女の感情と命、それだけだ。今までのように黙り込んでいたのならいざ知らず。
But I can't keep living as death. If things don't change, I don't want to. If I'm going to live, I don't want anyone to die. I want to live like a normal person.
先日彼女はそう泣き叫んだというのに、それを無視し、鳥かごに閉じ込めようとしていたどこかの誰かとは違うのだよ。
Ugh. Adolpha's angry growl stopped the argument momentarily. Adolpha? I took the opportunity to approach Adolpha. I touched his arm, slowly urging him to put his sword away. Is it true you're not going to become a reliver?
やっぱり聞いてたのか
Yes. I was looking for you earlier and happened to overhear it. I tugged his arm to try and have him answer my question. Why?
だから少しは自信を持て根拠のない迷信なんかに屈するな俺は絶対にお前より先に死んだりしないずっとそばにいると約束する
You promised me you wouldn't die before me. Was that all a lie to cheer me up?
違う。俺は本当に。
Then why are you going to choose a future that kills you in 2 years?
だから。それは。
Adolfo had his own... Shut up, Anku. Fuck you. Adolfo had his own reasons and emotions driving him. He had a right to make his own decisions, and I had no right to force him to accept reliable technology. But after you told me that, it gave me hope to do my best to keep living. I bit my lip to keep from crying. I didn't want my tears to guilt him into changing his mind. What I wanted was to hear the truth and use that to make my decision. I'm sorry, I guess I've become pretty selfish after always having you nearby. Now, just being by your side isn't enough. I don't want to lose those feelings he inspired in me. I want to see you grow old for years, decades. I want to hold your wrinkled hand and live together. I want you to see me die peacefully in my sleep.
セレス。
So please. I quickly dried my tears and forced myself to look him in the eyes. After sharing my heartfelt wish with Adolfo, I turned my attention to the Watchman of Death. I took a deep breath and... I accept your offer. Please, let me help you. I want a future where I won't cower in fear over someone's death. I will accept any judgment in Hades after I die, so please. Oh, look at him. Sexy motherfucker.
もちろんだとも。私の姫君。
I love you.
ああ、ようやくだ。君ならば、私の手を取ってくれると信じていたよ。
As if to reconfirm, he extended his hand that once painted my lips red with blood.
今の言葉をもって契約は正式に結ばれた。
I love you.
これから私と君は運命共同体。この先いかなる苦難が待ち受けようと寄り添い続けると誓う。死神に死の番人が付き従うとはまるで喜劇ではないか。
He placed his cold hand atop the palm of my hand.
だからこいつに近づくなと言っている。
I mean, I don't know. We're not seeing their sprites next to each other. It's always one or the other on screen at once. Because Adolfo wasn't in that screenshot either. The CG. It could still be Delulu. I'm not sure, man. Adolfo snapped out of his stupor and quickly pulled me away from Anku.
おや、まだいたのか。無関係の部外者はとっとと消えてくれないか。これから私と彼女は君ごときを助けるために二人きりで行動するのだからね。
My old knee injury is hurting. Why? Go away. I'm lying down. Why are you hurting? Stop. I'm gonna step back a bit. Maybe stretching out my leg. Oh, help a bit. He didn't respond to me, instead looking down coldly at Adolpha. After a few seconds of silence. Okay, no, never mind. I was like, well, they're not on the same screen at the same time, Takedo, so maybe... I want to know what the fuck the deal is then. I felt like I could almost see Adolpha's rage rising from him. Both of you, please calm down. I did my best to try and defuse the situation, but they were glaring so hard at each other they just didn't respond. Hanku suddenly scoffed as if trying to provoke Adolpha even more.
いいかい？彼女が選んだのはこの私だ。独りよがりな役立たずの騎士もどきはお呼びではないのだよ。
役立たずなのはてめえも同じだろ。こいつのことを昔から知ってたのなら、なんで今の今まで助けに現れなかった？
何事にも順序というものがある。君のような無計画な男には理解しがたいと思うがね。
肝心な時にいなかったことには変わりないだろうが。それとも年寄りらしく居眠りでもしてたか
？I am nodding off.
口を慎めよ。役立たず。
それはこっちのセリフだ。付きまといま。
God, they do not like each other. Like, at all. Girls, you're both pretty. Stop fighting. Jeez. They glared at each other as though they were ready to battle to the death. Just stop already. When I angrily intervened, they both turned their heads toward me at the same time. Unbelievable! Anku, why are you being so cruel to Adolpha? And you, Adolpha, fighting back against everything Anku says without hearing him out.
それはこいつだ。あまりにも身勝手だから。
Oh, you are so the same fucking person. How dare you? Gaslight me. Best viewers on Suck My Nards. And how about asking me how I feel? I shouted at the both of them, who said the exact same blah. Who said the exact same excuse at the same time. If you two keep this up, I'm just gonna take care of everything myself, got it?
姫君。
Hime gimme. Don't you hime gimme me, motherfucker.
バカ言うな。
お前一人で行動させるぐらいなら俺もこいつに協力した方がマシ。
Well, then do that. Adolpha, you're the one who said that you won't die. So take responsibility for what you said. I want you to help me find a way to make you live longer than me. I want you to accept that I want you to accept that Anku has stopped me from dying. Anku, you have to stop being so mean to Adolpha. I decide to accept your offer because I want to save the life I have with him. The two of them looked at each other.
Hmm. それが姫君の望みならば。
After a moment of thought, they finally came to an agreement. Pulling heads. In the end, Anku decided to come live at Adolpha's house as a guest. Anku and Adolpha. We headed to Adolpha's house with the, with the two men walking on either side of me. While they were no longer arguing, the mood hadn't improved much from earlier. I've never seen Adolpha so angry before. No doubt it was due to Anku provoking him, but I feel like that's not the only reason. Anku?
なんだい私の姫君
Jealousy! Ain't it beautiful? He smiled as if I were the only one in the world. Even without looking, I knew the vein had appeared on Adolpha's temple. Lamau. Yep, absolutely. He just jealous. I was bleh. Jealous? Jealous. Jealous. There we go. That's the word. He just jelly. So, the plan is for you to live with us at Adolpha's, but won't my presence bring misfortune to you and Adolpha?
ああ、それなら心配はいらない。他者の不幸を恐れて謎に挑めなくなっては本末転倒だからね。初めて開口したあの夜に君の力をしばらく抑え込む特殊な術をかけておいた。
A spell?
また非科学的かつうさんくさい言葉だな。
Ignore him, baby. He's just crazy. Anku scoffed, saying Adolpha could never understand. So, the reason nothing's happened to Adolpha is...
少々運も絡むが、私の力によるところが大きい。しかしこの術にも限界がある。一定期間が過ぎ、効果が切れれば、君はまた別の誰かを殺してしまうだろう。
Which means I don't have much time. The strange deaths that had been plaguing Kuin were still continuing. If Mother or Adolpha were killed before we could get rid of the curse, it would all be in vain. I was determined to do whatever I could to solve the case. Seeing Anku nod with satisfaction, Adolpha looked at him with a raised brow.
そんなことができるなら今すぐこいつを普通の人間に戻すこともできるんじゃないのか。
Because demons have wings. We don't know if he's a demon, I just assume he is.
何せ大掛かりな儀式だ。下準備にも時間がかかる。
While I had seen his amazing healing ability in action, Anku's response only gave Adolpha more reason to distrust him. Thanks to their argument, I felt the dark shadow of my heart clear. Perhaps Adolpha had a change of heart, as he told me he would be working with the Corps again on the investigation. I was actually happy he said that, since I was worried about Eve's condition.
狭い小屋だね。こんな不便な場所での生活を私の姫君に強いていたのかい？
Yeah, I might. I keep falling asleep. I'm gonna save it here and then head off. I keep nodding off. I am eepy. But we did a good 1 hour and 30 minutes. Well, I guess I wasted the first few minutes being like, do I order food or do I not order food? And then I ended up not ordering food. But ah! Load. But yeah, I keep nodding off. So I feel like I need to go have a nap. But next stream will be on Thursday. Same time? Maybe. Same place? So until then, I will see you later.